'Twas the run-up to Christmas, and throughout the trading floor, not a position was stirring by a few cents or more. That's not actually true. But welcome to the final episode of The Spread for 2019, as well as the 2010s in general. I've had a lot of fun already in my time hosting this show, and I'm excited to take it into the next decade. Yes, change is in the air, and it's not even spring yet. The SACR, a method for calculating counterparty credit risk, is set to go into effect next April, replacing the dusty old CEM, or current exposure method, though it's not exactly going to be current for much longer. I talked about it in an article that'll be going up on JLN soon, so keep an eye out for that. If you're not too familiar with the SACR, which, to be fair, most people aren't, there are a few things you should know. The SACR is set to change how big banks and brokerages handle derivatives trading, and market makers may enjoy a lot more liquidity as a result. Tons of people in the industry are looking forward to it, including Craig Donohue, the CEO of the OCC, who made a public statement about how excited he and the OCC are that the SACR is finally happening. Speaking of options clearing, Heath Tarbert, the new chairman of the CFTC, gave a speech last week announcing the final amendments to Part 39 of the CFTC's rules for derivatives clearing organizations. The amendments are an attempt by the CFTC to clarify questions that some firms have had regarding reporting requirements, as well as streamline the reporting process and add new requirements for default procedures and event-specific reporting. To avoid conversations between regulators and CCPs turning into Abbott and Costello skits. In other news, NASDAQ briefly halted trading on certain ETF options last week, mostly a variety of iShares options like the MSCI Emerging Markets ETF and the US Energy ETF. Trading resumed a couple of hours later. Apparently, NASDAQ halted trading because they received late notification of capital gains distributions, according to a system status message on their platform. I'll tell you which derivatives haven't halted. Quite the opposite, in fact. Eurex's ESG futures and options have surpassed 500,000 traded contracts as of December 12th. Eurex launched ESG futures in February, then options in October. ESG derivatives are derivatives on indexes that are built specifically to include only organizations that meet social, ethical, and environmentally friendly standards. So no child labor, no excessive release of greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere, and no non-sustainable environmental practices allowed. Obviously, this is proving to be a popular concept. Congrats to Eurex for all of the success. Well, that about does it for this year. Around this time, I like to make predictions about what the following year will bring. Since we'll be entering a new decade, I want to expand that projection into the next 10 years. Back in 2009, if you had asked me what the world would look like at this point, as a joke, I probably would have said something about self-driving cars and virtual reality, and, well, we're pretty much there. For the 2020s, I'm just going to put this out there. Space colonies. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you in the next decade. Till then, happy trading.